Hi, and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. The city is happy to host Pioneer Days in conjunction with the Papillion Area Historical Society and the Papillion-La schools. Fourth graders get to visit downtown historical sites, and you'll hear what two of the youngsters have to say. Papillion holds its annual Arbor Day celebration. We'll take you there. And Sump Library, in cooperation with the University of Nebraska-Omaha, has UNO education major students taking part in a recent children's reading event. Please enjoy all of these stories coming up next in City Happenings for the week of May 14th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. Pioneer Days are here again. It's when local grade schoolers dress up like the early settlers and learn about Papillion's pioneer history. Two Terra Heights fourth graders give their thoughts.
I think it's fun to dress up, and I like being here.
In our class, we've been learning about sod houses and how life was like back then.
Both use the same word to describe their experience.
I've never been here, so it looks cool.
I think it's going to be a pretty cool experience because I actually want to know what it felt like being a pioneer.
This is what the experience means to them.
Courtroom, judges, the history.
You had to build sod houses out of mud, and there weren't many rooms in a schoolhouse.
Terlita gives us a social history lesson.
If you didn't have money and you wanted to have a land, you'd have to live there for 5 years. You'd have to have a family.
History is fun for the curious.
I want to learn how they were taught and what it looked like inside of the buildings.
The current City Hall is the former county courthouse.
It's very big. I'm surprised.
One final thought, having to use an outhouse back in the day.
Gross.
Gross.
Papillion celebrates Arbor Day.
Whereas trees are a natural resource in our community, providing aesthetic benefits by bringing beauty into the neighborhoods, softening the landscape, protecting water resources, cooling us in summer heat, warming us against winter's icy grip, and allowing us to experience natural beauty where we live, work, play.
In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Papillion to be affixed this 27th day of April 2018. Thank you very much.
This was not a whole lot to look at about 3 years ago, but with the vision of the city, Mayor Black, city administration, they thought way ahead, knowing what was coming with all the growth of the community and the rec organization, or the rec facilities and those types of things. And they actually had picked this out before I even knew. I had found out after a lot of planning had taken place, but with their guidance, they purchased the land, the city developed the land. We had over 200 volunteers, parents and kids on this field, because after they leveled it, there were there were stumps of trees, there were rocks, there was glass. Those volunteer parents were critical in making this area better. And so they're a vital part of not only our organization, but of the city. We know this has been a pretty cold spring. And what I like to do on weekends occasionally is go around and see my coaches. And it was 37 degrees on a Sunday right there down here at the soccer complex. And I noticed when I was walking to one of the fields, 20-mile-an-hour winds, how cold it was. But when I got over by the coaches, there's a line of spruce trees or pine trees. And it didn't dawn on me how effective those trees were, more than just being beautiful. They were blocking the wind, so the players and the coaches were actually in a shielded, protected area. And the city of Papillion is unique. I play at all the soccer complexes across the state in Nebraska and Iowa. Our fields have trees on them. These fields are going to have trees on them. It distinguishes us amongst other clubs or other places we go and play, because a lot of times they'll just clear the land and there's no trees except on the outside. Over here, virtually every soccer field we have has a tree next to it or close to it. So I appreciate that as the president of the soccer club.
Sump Library joins with the University of Nebraska-Omaha. It has education major students observe a library's children's event.
Well, I think it's awesome, for students, because that way we get to interact with younger kids, and if we want to teach them, it's great that we get the experience, because I just don't want to be thrown into a classroom with no prior experience and, freak out a little bit. And especially, I think it's great for the kids too, because it takes them outside of like a normal classroom environment, and puts them in a new environment that's also a learning space. You know, they interact with maybe kids that aren't in their classroom in their school, and with other adults who, you know, care about their education just as much as their teachers do.
Cameron says he loves Sump Library's community-conscious approach.
It's awesome that they're reaching out to the community, and so you're mixing community with the kids. And in my personal opinion, I think the kids are the future. I mean, especially when I get older, they're the kids that I'll be teaching are going to be the people who are going to be taking care of me, and it just goes on for generations. And I believe that if we can provide them with the best kind of education and help them, you know, learn not just being taught, but want to learn things on their own, and that I think our whole world would be better. The world would be better overall. And I mean, it starts with just outreach programs like this community, and then, you know, hopefully it will spread.
We want to remind you that the 11th annual Papillion Half Marathon is set for this Sunday, May 20th. The annual Farmers Market opens on Wednesday, May 30th down at City Park. Farmers Market is open every Wednesday through September 5th from 5 to 8 p.m. There will be no Farmers Market during Papillion Days as well as the 4th of July. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening at Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. Information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.